Welcome back, Creepaholics Crew, to another episode of Creepaholics. I'm your host, Chanice, and tonight's episode is going to be a long one. It will be 3 parts because there is a lot to cover. So, without further ado, let's creep into it, shall we? Tonight's episode will be the Scott Peterson trial. Scott Lee Peterson was born October 24th, 1972, at Sharp Corando Hospital in San Diego, California. His parents were Lee Arthur Peterson, a businessman, and Jacqueline Leatham, who owned a boutique in La Jolla. Lee and Jackie both had 6 children from previous relationships. Scott was their only child together. When Scott turned 14, he dreamed of becoming a professional golfer by the end of high school. He was one of the top junior golfers in San Diego. In 1990, Scott Peterson enrolled in university at Arizona State on a partial golf scholarship, but soon Peterson would be kicked off the golf team due to fighting. He would then transfer to California Polytech State University to major in business, but then he changed his major to agricultural business. While at Polytech, he worked at a restaurant in Morro Bay. In mid-1994, he would meet his future wife at a restaurant. Her name was Laci. The two would begin dating after their graduations. Peterson opened up a sports bar in St. Louis Obispo called The Shack. After a while, Peterson would put it up for sale. Him and Laci would move back to Laci's hometown of Modesto, California, to begin a family. In October of 2000, they bought a 3-bedroom home, 2-bath bungalow house for $177,000 on Caveno Avenue. The house is located in a neighborhood near East La Loma Park. The shack would sell in April 2001. Laci took a part-time job as a teacher, and Peterson got a job at a Trade Corp USA, which was a European fertilization company. Peterson was earning a salary of $5,000 a month before taxes. Laci's family, including her sister and mother, were considered perfect housewives. They enjoyed cooking, cleaning, and entertaining guests. So in 2002, when Laci announced she was pregnant, the family was super excited for the baby to come. In November 2002, Laci was just 7 months pregnant. Peterson was introduced by a friend to a massage therapist. Her name was Amber Frey. Public statements would say Peterson and Amber began a romantic relationship. Then, on December 23, 2002, at 5:45 p.m., Peterson and Laci went to Laci's sister's place of work. It was called The Salon. Her name was Amy Rocha. She would go there for monthly special haircuts. Rocha said Peterson offered to pick up a fruit basket that she had ordered for her grandfather, and it had to be picked out the next day. He claimed that he would be playing golf nearby where the fruit basket was to be picked up. Peterson also told people that Christmas Eve he would be playing golf. Later that day, Laci would speak to Sharon Rocha, which was her mother, on the phone, around 8:30 p.m., which would be the last time her parents would talk to her. The last time her parents had seen Laci was in Carmel, California 3 weeks before Christmas. But Peterson would later tell police that on December 24th, 2002, at 9:30 a.m., that would be the last time that he would see his wife. He would then say that he had only seen her when he was leaving that morning to go fishing at Berkeley Marina. Upon leaving, he said she was mopping the floors and said that she would later take the dog for a walk, which was named Mackenzie, and soon would make gingerbread cookies after that. Peterson also said she was watching the show Martha Stewart's Cooking, which was a TV show. Police would say that they spoke to a neighbor who said around 10:30 a.m. she found Peterson's dog. So Mackenzie was found by the neighbor. The day that she was found, she was apparently alone outside of the neighbor's house, and the neighbor's name was Karen Sarvez. police received another report from neighbor Mike Chavate, which he claims he saw Mackenzie around 10:45 a.m., while Peterson was apparently playing catch with the dog. That's very important. Peterson claims he returned home that afternoon. He claims the home was completely empty, and also Laci's 1996 Land Rover Discovery was missing as well. Now, Peterson says he found his dog Mackenzie in the backyard. He says he then showered, washed his clothes, and then, because, he had to wash them, apparently, because they were smelly from a fishing trip. And he had gotten them wet while he was on the bay because it had rained. He testified that he claimed this to the detective, first of all. And the detective's name was Alan Broshi. He then eats a pizza, has milk with it later on, instead of looking for his 7-month-old pregnant wife. He then calls his mother-in-law to explain that he cannot find Laci. He asks if Sharon was with her. That would be the first time Sharon would know that Laci was missing. It wouldn't be till later that evening that Ron Gretzky would be the one to call the police, not her husband's suspicious behavior. Laci was, after all, 7 months pregnant with Peterson's child. Now, the baby's due date was February 10th, 2002. It would be a baby boy that would be named Connor. Laci was officially reported missing on Christmas Eve. The story would soon become a nationwide attention to all, especially mothers, who were concerned about a pregnant woman that apparently just disappeared. Now, if that doesn't say that something's wrong, then I don't know what does. Now, Modesto Police Detective Alan Broshi and John Bueller were appointed lead investigators in the case. When they arrived to check the house, upon inspection, they would find Laci's purse, sunglasses, keys, and wallet in the Petersons' home. But they were in a side closet. Police would begin questioning Scott, ABC News, in 2017, and was told by John Bueller, which he quotes, "I suspected Scott when I first met him. Didn't mean he did it, but I was a little bit thrown off by his calm, cool demeanor and his lack of questioning. He wasn't, 'Will you call me back? Can I have one of your cards? What are you guys doing now?' John would say that Scott's behavior was quite strange, combination of polite and arrogant, disaffectedly distant, and impatiently irritable. He just didn't seem like a man who crushed or even greatly disturbed by his wife's disappearance and possible death. Even the detectives aren't believing his actions at this moment." Scott would talk to the police and would begin telling his events of what he said happened. Scott would tell police he went fishing for sturgeon at the Berkeley Marina. At 2:15, he would then say he called Laci's cell phone and left her a message. Quote, "Hey beautiful, it's 2:15. I'm leaving Berkeley." He claims he was 90 miles away from his home. Sharon Rocha, Laci's mother, would immediately run to the park to search for her daughter. When she got there, she said she saw Scott about 20 to 30 feet away. She would begin to yell Scott's name to get his attention, but he would pretend not to acknowledge her. He seemed distant, and when she finally did approach him, which was back at the house where him and Laci lived, she would attempt to hug him to comfort him, but she said that he would angle himself away from her. With so many inconsistencies with Peterson's story, police suspect foul play, which was almost immediate. Though, in the first few hours of Laci missing, it was suspected to be suspicious before foul play. Now, in the beginning, Peterson's in-laws would defend Scott and would claim that Scott and Laci were the ideal couple. But as soon as the investigation continued, they grew more suspicious of Scott. January 17th, 2003, it came to light Peterson had 2 different affairs with Amber Frey. Now, Frey would tell police that their relationship began on December 30th, 2002, after knowing that Peterson's wife, Laci, had just gone missing. Even knowing Peterson was a person of interest, she still met with him. She would also tell police she met Peterson on November 20th, which Scott had told police, she had told police that Scott had told her he was single. After they had started dating, she did suspect that he was married, and she did confront him on December 9th, 2 weeks before Laci's disappearance. He said he was a widower, and implying him and Laci were done, which wasn't true. He said it would be his first Christmas alone. Police considered that this was the first indication that he had already killed Laci, which Sharon Rocha agreed it was possible. She and police would arrange recorded phone conversations in hopes of getting a confession from Scott. Now, I'm going to announce this now because this is where the trial is going to go very long. This will be the first recording I'm going to let you know. There are several recordings to the episode, so we will start with this one. So it will be during the trial that the phone conversations will be played. People's Exhibit 196E, 196G, and 196S phone audio clips recorded. Now, each one is about an hour long, so I'm going to do it in different segments. And then after the phone conversations and you get all the details, which I'm telling you, they are juicy. It took me forever to listen to all of them, but you are going to want to hear what has gone on between these phone conversations. So, it would happen that Scott Peterson and Amber Frey would be doing these conversations between each other, but Amber agreed to say, hey, please, you can record our conversations, go ahead, let's see what we can find, let's get a confession. So that was what they were trying to do. So it would be Peterson.S.V-72100, and this was in the trial of prisoner at state prison. The first audio recording I am playing for you will be January 1st, 2003 at 12:01 a.m. Here it is.
Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year!
I just stepped out of the room because it's so loud and crazy, and I thought, I knew you'd be calling, and I was like, I didn't want to be in the middle of that because I would not be able to hear you.
Oh, that's nice. It's kind of sad that you're not jumping up and down with everyone.
Oh, it is insane. I didn't think Sean's party was going to be so insane because she's always going to be quaint. There's not going to be that many people, and they're singing karaoke, and I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So, how are you?
I'm tired, but I'm happy talking to you on it.
So tell me, what is your New Year's resolution?
Oh, I didn't even think of one.
You didn't think of one?
What, 9 hours later, one week, huh?
You had 9 hours to think of one.
Yeah. I didn't think of one.
Nothing, huh?
What did you think for karaoke?
Oh, there was some Louis Miguel, or what is his name? I don't know. There are just some songs. I kept telling him they weren't good, so I haven't really looked at the karaoke category, but so, well, Ayana's asleep. She's with Diana tonight. My mom had to work, so I was able to, I wasn't sure if I was even going to get a Sean's tonight because my phone was all working, so anyway,
What did you say?
What was that?
What did you say?
If I could, I would, I don't know who sings that. If I could, I would, something with you huh?
Did you do good?
Yes, but I had my hand over Sean's mouth the whole time because she did very bad. But I was thinking, gosh, I'll look at it and I'll see what I haven't looked at all the songs yet, so I was thinking I might, find Islands in the Stream or something from our first date. So, you would not believe how much Iona has talked this week. She's saying like 4 sentences.
Wow.
What was that? I couldn't hear you, what? Yeah, she's saying like 4-word sentences, like, Mama, I'm all done. She says Mama now, and she'll say, I'm not done. And just, it's incredible the words she's saying.
Oh my God, that's great.
Didn't I tell you? I was like, by the time you come back from Paris, she'll be talking full sentences and reading, or, potty trained and all that. Do you remember when I told you that?
Yeah, totally different little one.
What was that?
A completely different little one.
Yes. So she's just amazing me this whole week. She's been so verbal and talking, and I'm just like amazed at her vocabulary.
Yeah. What a deal. That's so exciting, huh?
It is. It's every time I'm just like, oh, I wish somebody was here to hear that. Aside from myself. Oh, it's just really, it is. So then somebody had asked about my birthday and what I was doing, and I said I didn't know. So you'll be back by then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think you want to do? What do you want to do on my birthday? Something what?
Good.
Something good? So are we going to do the Napa Valley when you come back?
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I've never done anything like that, or been, to a place to do that. I've been, to massages, of course, but that's my extent of being pampered. That would be fun. I'm looking forward to those days. Yeah, I do, actually. Would you like to hear it? Yeah, I would like to share with you. My New Year's resolution is, and actually I thought of one for you. Which one do you want me to hear first? Yours first. My New Year's resolution for you would be to not travel so much and spend more time with me and Iona. What do you think of that? Was that something on your mind or anywhere close? For a long time?
Well, it's a long time.
I know it hasn't been too long, but certainly. I don't even want to think of how long it's been, because it's already been too long. But my New Year's resolution is to just, first and foremost, is just, to build my business. And second would have to be just, maintaining, my health and focusing on what I need to do. And just, just really, keep focusing on that. And, as well as with my church, God, there's so many things I want to talk to you about. I don't know, do you have time? Are you? Well, this Sunday at church was just so awesome, Scott, that it was something I really needed or for the sermon to talk about, because I was just, having a hard time with you and what we had talked about before you left to go to Paris. Do you remember that?
Sure.
Yes. And the whole sermon was so much on that, and I made a request, to talk to the pastor about that, just to talk about, freeing myself basically of this battle I have in my head from things, and so, Sunday was really good for me, and really eased myself about a lot of things, and, just to really put that out to God, and so it was good. It was a good Sunday for me, but I just miss you so much, and, I was thinking, you've heard that expression, how what is it? I just totally went blank about the expression about how the absence makes the heart grow fonder. And, I've really been thinking about that, because that's been, people have said that so many times, and it's hard for me to understand that. And it's just amazing and incredible how, that's so true, because I miss you so much, and I just wish you were here, and, I could be with you.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm just waiting, anticipating the day that I get to, see you again.
Thank you.
What was that?
Obviously, I feel the same. I feel passion there. And drive away and go on this trip.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I keep feeling like I wish I would have, verbalized more to you before you had left about how I felt about you and everything, and that, bothers me. Because, why? I mean, it shouldn't.
It's understood.
It's understood?
Yeah, I don't think you have to say it, you shouldn't try to bother you.
Well, it bothers me because, I'm not going to see you for so long, and to have all these feelings bottled up is just so hard for me not to be able to express them, because phone calls, at the same time, I had said to you, at least if I don't get to see you, if I could talk to you every day, it would mean so much, because I can't see you. But at the same time, phone calls are impersonal to a point, but yet are, an open door to communication, of course, but it's just, just the feelings that I have and the experiences that, we talk about and everything, it's so hard that I'm not going to see you for, what is it? I don't even know when you're coming back. What was that?
Less than a month now.
Less than a month?
Better for me, at least.
It's better for you?
Well, it's, kind of lessening. We've gone through, many days. Seeing each other, so we're knocking down the days.
Well, yeah, the days are getting, it's getting closer, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, I know you had said before you'll be back, by my birthday, so what do you anticipate plan for? Do you have anything in mind? Yeah.
No, I have to come up with something good.
You haven't came up with anything then?
I want to. Well, take around ideas.
What? Share them with me.
I don't know. And I think it'd be a surprise.
So what about that?
The big idea would be a surprise of some sort.
A surprise? And so then, what about Valentine's around the corner?
Oh, that's true.
Is that going to be overwhelming for you? We're so close together.
Yeah, it's okay. I hate every start, huh?
Huh?
It's fun, huh?
It's fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 6 days later, Ayana? I haven't even thought about that. What should we do for Anna's birthday party? Well, last year I had everybody come to my house. Do you think I should have everybody just come to my house again and just have a party? No, it's not actually. It was very nice on her birthday last year. There was actually even a rainbow. And I saw a rainbow the other day, too. Yeah, I was so excited. So there's a rainbow. Look, there's a rainbow. Rainbows and butterflies. So, how would you feel about meeting Ayana's grandparents? Not my parents. Ayana, her father's grandparents. What was that?
Of course, I'd be interested to meet them.
So you'd be okay.
About that.
You'd be comfortable with being, there because they'll be at the party. They were there last year. They brought the cake and the piñata.
No, I think so.
You'd be okay?
I can't think of any reason why I wouldn't be.
Because I know the type of people that they are. They would be very, loving and open to you and, that they would be okay as well. So I just, I was worried about how you felt about that.
I have to think that I would welcome it to me.
Good.
I obviously can't say I really have some weird subconscious feeling or something. I think about it right now. It's too strange to me. I'm released, so that's good.
Well, it's good. Just like I said, because how they are, they're very open and loving, and so it's good to know. That means a lot to me. So no New Year's resolutions, huh?
No New Year's resolution. I have 9 hours to think of one on. It didn't happen.
You can't think of anything just on the top of your head?
Oh, I'm sure there's all kinds of things I want to do better. Help myself. I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Nothing right now. I'll stop there. I usually have a resolution every day, huh?
I just came across, remember when I was telling you about school and how we had to write down 5 things about what we were grateful for?
Right.
I just found those. And I was reading them, and they just totally made me cry because I was thinking, they were just so, even to this day, things I'm thankful for. And for whatever reason, I was thinking there were some stupid things in there. Remember when did I mention that before? When I talked to you about this? That there were stupid things in there probably that I added in?
Yeah, I think you did. But they weren't.
But you know what? They weren't. And they were all so good. And actually, it was right around this time. That's why she had us write them, because it was around the New Year's. And I found them. I was going through a box of papers, and I found it was rolled up and it was tied in a gold ribbon. And I found it and I pulled it out and I reread them. And I was just crying reading them because I think of what I'm thankful for.
You know.
Huh?
I know. You know that. About the stupid things in there. Something's coming to you making that list.
Because it was me making the list.
That's absolutely wrong. The smallest things.
Yeah,
Ever when you get opportunity like that. Do you want to tell me those two on there?
what was that?
Do you want to talk to me about them?
Oh, I don't have them in front of me, and it'd be hard to rephrase them. So did you have a chance to write me? What was that?
The postcard, yes.
Oh, you did?
And I started on a letter.
That would be so wonderful.
And I'm finding it hard.
Why?
So many possible topics.
Well, you just narrow it down to one and write about it, and whatever comes to mind. I mean,
I know it's hard for
Scott,
yeah.
why do you find it so hard to talk to me about these things? You say, when I talked to you on Saturday, you were saying that there's so many things you thought about us, but you haven't shared them with me. Why can't you share them to me on the phone?
I don't think there's anything stopping me from sharing them with you on the phone. I don't know, there's, just thoughts about, mostly the future. I don't know, this is a guy thing, I can't really be, I don't know, but
What was that?
I don't know, I'm just possibilities in the future where we want to go.
I know,
Who we want to be together.
so what do you want to be together with me?
Obviously, it's awesome. I think be wonderful together.
I know, but you haven't elaborated on that. That doesn't really say everything that I need to hear.
Well, something that non-verbal, but difficult to find, obviously. It should have took a no. I felt about you.
I can't assume anything, right, Scott? And as I said, I can't assume anything in my life. I mean, I'm very... I need to hear things as well as, seeing and hearing is such a great, thing for me. I mean, I need to hear that. I'm the type of person I need to hear. And so...
We could be wonderful together. I could care for you. Every way.
And
For the rest of our lives, I think we care for each other. And we could fulfill each other.
And Ayana what?
And we live together. We could care for and raise Ayana. And we could fulfill each other. Forever. That's what's in my mind. And obviously, questions on points that maybe have contention between us.
Like what?
There's obviously a religious aspect. I enjoy going to church and have that faith. I don't.
What don't you?
I've never gone to church.
What was that?
I've never gone to church much. Would that be a contentious point for you? When would we see eye to eye on raising Ayana? And how, would you accept our road growing together and doing that? And, I can think of other ideas, but those are major,
We haven't...
If you want another child,
Right?
and the small things that we have to do.
So you still feel that you're very animate about not having another child?
I wouldn't say adamant, but it's just not my thought currently.
Well, like I said, that's something, you may change your mind in the future, but that's not something, this next year coming that I could see happening. I don't think I'm ready for that. You know, I want to enjoy, you know, Ayana and where she's at and experience that. And, you know, like you said before, assuming we were together, that I could enjoy being with you and Ayana. And, you know, and if that came, but, you know, one thing I never said is I had talked about this with another friend earlier this year, well, now next, that if I met someone that didn't want to have children, I'd find contentness in that. If all my needs were met and Ayana's needs were met, then certainly I'd find contentness in that, and that I'd be okay not having another child. You know, I can't really ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, well, there's so many things that we need to learn about each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on the one hand, you know, I think we have this connection about why, you know, 95% of me that it's, I guess, romantic, you know, and try hard. Just, you know, see these wonderful possibilities. Unfortunately, you know, 5% of, you know, have questions.
About what?
About how we should go parenting with, you know, ideas on, she said, needs versus wants, and where, you know, two people take care of each other's needs versus wants and desires. And that's just where people, how they work in a relationship.
Yes, of
You know, and how these questions with, you know, going to church, not going to church, moving, not moving, things answered, and where they fit together along the, you know, scale of, you know, who does what. You know, it's unfortunate that 5% working hard relationship that one of the 95% is, you know, like, wow, beautiful thing.
That 5% is such a small portion, though, Scott, that, like I said, relationships are constant on change and dealing with that and accepting, and, you know, it's not always, you know, it's not always something that's so always 100%, you know, or 100% happy all the time. I mean, there's down. So is that part of that 5% that you're talking about?
I'm sorry about that.
What was that?
I'm just saying that, you know, I don't want to say innate. It's not innate, but it is in us how we relate to someone as a spouse. Based on, you know, our life experiences. And we have to spend enough time together and see how that is.
So, how long do you think it would take between you and I before we figured that out?
Oh, I don't know, see. You know, we learn, you know, so much every day that we can spend together. It hasn't been that long.
No, it hasn't.
But, you know, there's huge portions that's on the side of love and caring and everything that can be established, you know, so quickly. And that is, you know, so strong.
What's so strong?
That's it. You know, loving, the caring, the connection, the energy.
So where do you feel you're at with me at this point?
The loving, the caring, the energy that's growing really wonderful.
like I said, I just...
Welcome to take this discussion. Don't take more folks into our job. I just tell you my thoughts.
Yeah, right.
I have to tell you exactly what I'm feeling, how much I thought, I wish I was with her. Some time with Amber now. Everything from just kiss yourself lips to laugh with the two of you, to see how to work together to spend. What's that?
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Hannah put her words together in a sentence. Small, wonderful things to do your hair, or try to wash your hair in the shower, or just taking your clothes up from somewhere, or cooking out, or bringing I don't know, or just the paper to bed and spend in the morning. All those things are so much in my thought.
Do you even know when you're coming back?
I'm trying to schedule the 25th.
Is when?
And then the 25th.
Okay.
And then I go to Creepaholics 28th through the 2nd.
You're going to be in Guadalajara? That's where Moises is from. Moises?
Yeah.
I've talked about him, I think, a couple or several times. Yeah, he's from Guadalajara. No, I take that back. Guanajuato. I take that back. Guadalajara. It's close. It's close to Guadalajara. I don't know on the map, but... So what are you going to do there? And then you don't know how long those are going to be? Of February?
January. The 2nd of February, yeah.
Right. And then... Excuse me.
I went back. I don't have any travel. I went back. I don't have any travel scheduled.
So does that mean you and I will be able to spend time together?
That'd be nice.
And you won't be having to take off? I don't know how, that's something certainly for me to look forward to.
I don't know what we need to do, sweetheart. Analyze our relationship.
Is what?
Not analyze our relationship.
I'm not. We really haven't.
We just need to spend time together and let it grow. Foster. What we do, and obviously talk about things. As we come, but sitting down and analyzing it is not.
Do you think that?
It's not the love affair that we should have.
Do you feel that that's what? I don't feel that.
Maybe I'm too romantic, by the way, I don't know.
I don't think that we have been analyzing our relationship.
We haven't at all.
But just, I guess for me anyway, just finding those guidelines or those boundaries that we have. Because, like I said before when I asked you, is there anybody else? What was your response? No, there's nobody else. And but I had to hear it.
I know I mean, I don't know. I don't have to ask some of you. I just sort of flow together. I don't need a title with you or, a commitment from you. I just feel it.
Feel what? I think you just feel that that's there.
No, I just feel from you the caring, the compassion, enough commitment from you to me. I would never have to ask. I'm confident enough in that.
Not to.
But that's just me. I mean, not otherwise, and not to ask. You, what are you looking for from me here? It's just gonna flow naturally.
I understand.
And it will.
I understand. I do.
That's a beautiful thing to happen. And you asked me, for how long? I don't know. There's no timetable to, at least I hope there's not. Or possibly in a relationship with ours. It happens. Naturally. You need a timetable. If you need a timetable, I can't give you one bill. Just, come and feel it on up. That's all you can say.
Scott?
Yeah.
It has been so wonderful to be able to finally talk to you.
It's nice.
I told you before, you could call me anytime.
Yeah.
If your days are busy and you're, involved with your meetings about numbers and finances, if your mind is now or, later, call me. That's almost even a better time because I know it's asleep and I'm not having to fuss with her and, so please keep that in mind that you can call me anytime. If I'm in a session, of course my phone will be off, but please leave me a message. I always enjoy
At least two hours. Maybe you can call you and leave a message on.
when I call.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you get my messages?
Yeah, I heard one.
Yeah. Was that the one about not going to San Francisco because Denise has to breastfeed?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. I was like, you're kidding me. She's like, I can't. I want to, but I can't. And it's just like, and Carmel finally called me today. Can you believe that? He did not call me, and the last time I talked to him was on Friday when I went to his work, and he said we were definitely going to Hawaii. And then I didn't hear from him until today. He said he gave the money to somebody and a friend, and I said I couldn't believe he gave it to him. Excuse me. And then he said, well, if you want to go again, just let me know and I'll give you the money. And I was like, oh my God. I go, why didn't you call me? And he said, what am I going to say? What was there for me to say? I gave the money to somebody and they fucked me. He was cussing left and right. It was kind of hilarious because he was so pissed about it. And
Did you give him money?
no, I didn't give him any money.
No, you didn't give him any money.
No. No, he said he gave him $5,000 for the tickets for the hotel arrangements and everything, and they took off with it. And there was no, the Fashion Fair Travel is who he thought he gave it to this guy Lou's aunt, and it's no longer there. It was a place, but she's not there. And I said, I can't believe you even trusted Lou. Lou's such a scam on stuff, because they've done so many scams together. I've heard all their stories, and it's funny. But I laughed. I said, I can't believe you even gave him $5,000. So it was funny, but so anyway, I was glad he called, because I was really, upset that he hadn't called me for so many days, and we were supposed to have left on the 28th. So Scott, have you got New Year's resolutions since you talked to me? Huh? Yes. All right, well,
It's 1 o'clock here.
It's early.
I got that. It's like the hotel at like 7. It's after 7. And, I set my alarm. And I'm glad it woke me up. I'll talk to you.
How long's it been?
I'm just saying that my mind is not functioning in peak ability.
So when will you be functioning at peak ability?
After today's bill,
Oh.
don't discount anything I said. Don't take it like that, okay?
Thank you for saying that, because I was going to say, well, wait a minute. Huh?
Everything I said is so crazy. So to just be on that relationship will grow, it's right time. So beautiful.
So it'll be shortly before my birthday. I will see you.
I should be able to see you on the 25th and 27th. Between the night and back to the
And we're at the first, so that we could have said 3 weeks. Or a little longer. I certainly hope so. What's that? My favorite movie? That one's pretty funny. What was that? My favorite movie? One that I've seen often? Well, the most recent would be Bubble Boy. I'm very fond of the new Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. It took me a while. The first time I didn't like it, but it grew on me. I think I cry every time still since I see it. Certain scenes I just can't help but cry. What? Oh, the one. Have you seen it? Well, when you get to the one when they're in the water. Well, they're in the swimming pool, so that might not be in it. And he confesses his love for her, and she confesses him. That has to be. that whole scene, and I wish I could quote it, but I can't.
Okay.
But that has to be by far my favorite. Plus, there's a song in which, when they first encounter her, the song alone brings, that just begins the whole, like, lump in your throat and stuff. It's that would have to be one that really gets me. I mean, every time. So yeah. Well, I was going to ask, what book did you finish the book you're reading?
Yeah.
What book was that?
Jack Kerouac. It was letters he'd written while hitchhiking across the country. He's the author of what's that book? In the late 60s, he hitchhiked New York to San Francisco and wrote that book. The famous Letters for Peace.
So,
I'm sorry, I can't think of it right now.
It's okay. Good book, though. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Because it's a place that he was, not geographically and mentally. It's interesting me simply because I've never had a prolonged period of freedom like that. For responsibility. Yeah. So it's interesting to me and something to incorporate into life.
Jack Kerouac? I'll have to look into that book. To look into that so I could be on the same page as you. There, I could hear the song in the background. Can you, or my hero song, that Laci's song?
Oh yeah. People, hero, baby. Yes.
You could take my breath away. That's all I got.
You better get out there. Take that mic.
No, they were trying to earlier, and I said, oh no, I've already done this, and it was bad. So, yeah, I told you earlier, my hand was over Sean's mouth. She was so bad. And Doug was like, oh my, he goes, that was good. I wish I took a picture, but nobody had the film. Well, they have cameras and videotape, but nobody videotaped that. But my hand was over her mouth that whole song because I could not listen to the song with her. It was bad. Oh, she's all, I go, Sean, you sound really bad. And she said, I know, I'm wasted. She doesn't get wasted very often. She's a lightweight. That's an understatement. I mean, I've had 3 drinks, 3 cocktails, and almost 4 actually. So I think I'm very clear-minded though. I think I'm, at least I'll ask you, am I slurring?
Well, no, dude.
I guess I was just so excited, the anticipation to hear from you was just, I was just praying that, I was like, God, please let this phone call go through. And all I ask is 20 minutes, please, that's it. And I said anything more than that will be a blessing. So it's really nice because it's been so frustrating. I'm thankful I can hear from you because at least I know you're thinking of me and you're calling to say goodnight. And so it's frustrating to hear all this static and no connection and then to hear it clear but still not be able to hear anything and then it's static in here, so I heard you. I was just like, the anticipation after that, to be able, I was like, just, like I said, I was praying that I could talk to you and be able to have a conversation because it's just been so frustrating. It's just been so stressful and I haven't been able to talk to you and it's so, not so long, but I mean, it's certainly long enough that I, to see you and it's been hard.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm thankful that it's been, my days have been so busy and crazy with family and then work and, you know, all that I've at least been occupied, and but thankful to be around when you call. It's just amazing how, you know, my days go. Like I said, when I first started, I said, you know, if I didn't move, you know, into my old office, I wouldn't have had the time or opportunity to have spent with you, and so I've been thankful for that, and, you know, and just trying to stay positive, and with church, I was going to say, you know, what they had talked about, just, you know, what we talked about, or how I was saying I had a hard, you know, things I was having a hard time with trust with you and everything. You know, Sunday, so many things were cleared in my mind and to me that really, you know, I just turned everything over, you know, kept that mind to turn over things to God, and that you know, those things are in my past, and, you know, all that's important is, you know, right now, this relationship that I have with you and my daughter. I mean, first and foremost, my daughter, and my, you know, getting my business started, and, you know, just so happy. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, it's like I said, it's been really hard dealing with, you know, you being gone and having all these emotions and feelings, and just that anticipation when I get to, you know, spend that time with you. It's just, it's been very hard. You know, finally to get to, you know, talk to you, it's like, God, I'm not going to let this go until we, you know, or when I get able, you know, when I'm able to finally, you know, talk to you, I just want to, you know, I can't wait for a letter. I want to hear all these things you thought about us. What was that?
You're so special.
Yes, I'm here.
I want you to go back to a party and sing.
What do you want me to sing? Well, you didn't even ask what I was wearing tonight.
Oh, I was going to.
Were you?
I was, but then you put very big questions. Right after I planned to what you're wearing and what you're saying. Let me get ready. What do you want?
Well, first is because I haven't been able to talk to you. I wanted to be able to express all these things before, you know. I had some beer before, so I keep. So excuse me. What I'm wearing, I'll go to that. I'm wearing black pants, which kind of have a texture. Well, they're kind of shiny and they have a leopard print, but it's on black. Yeah, they're pretty sexy. And I'm wearing it's kind of a red, but almost a magenta pink, but it looks like foil on a shirt. Yes, it's very sexy too. And it has beads, like, they're not beads, and they're not rhinestones, but they're metal things around the sleeves and the neck collar. And some very... Well, remember when I saw you on Monday? Well, it was the first Monday after you came back from Alaska. Do you remember what I was wearing?
Sorry.
Well, I was wearing these very tall red boots and a long jean skirt.
Okay.
Well, I'm wearing those boots. That's what I was getting at. Which you didn't seem very long because I went in and changed before we went on our hiking trip to Squaws Valley. Or Squaw Valley. Or no, Squaws Valley. Well, it was jeans. Or it was a long jean skirt. So I...
Yeah, no, but you have to go down now.
At the boot window, and no, my pants are over the boots.
Okay.
That would be very out of style.
Pants are skin tight.
Yes, they are. They're pretty tight, except they're boot cut. But they are form-fitting on the top. But they're stretchy. It's a different material. They look leather, but they have a leopard-looking print, but it's all black. Does that make sense? Yeah, so they're pretty sexy. The shirt's nice. Yeah, maybe for my birthday or something. I don't know what we want, I don't know. I mean, it's coming around the corner. I mean, should we plan something now for that? Do you have anything in mind? You're going to take care of it?
I'll let you know schedule.
You'll what?
I'll let you know schedule.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to be free.
Well, maybe you won't want me to wear things. You want me to wear something else.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Gosh, that's just, I mean, at the same time, I mean, the anticipation's there, but the other time, I'm going to be 28. I mean, I'm certainly looking forward to my 30s, so I'm probably one of the few that will say that. But I was just talking about that tonight. I said, I'm actually really looking forward to my 30s, because, I see it as being a good thing. Ending my 20s, at a positive note. And things are going well with, so many areas in my life that, 30s can only get better, right? Right? They're getting better for you. You met me. You're shortly lived 30, right? You're not old. You're so young still. People, I was watching a program today, and it was talking about, it was some documentary or something about old women, but they were in their 80s. I caught a glimpse of that. It was just interesting, these old women and, still feeling as if they were, in their 20s, but it only got better. So it was a positive note that 30 though. I mean, look at your lifespan, Scott. You're not even at midlife. Why do you think you're hitting midlife? I know. Why do you think you're hitting midlife?
I think I'll physically be crippled at 60.
Why do you think that? You're in great shape. You have an awesome body. That's nothing. My knee's cracked. It's nothing. You just like to joke about it. Makes you feel better, huh?
Self-deprecation is a constant thing with me.
Well, you know my remark on that, right?
I have a big enough ego that it doesn't matter.
So you know my remark on that, right?
Thank you.
That's right. You say thank you when you're complimented. Doesn't mean you have a big head. That means that you're accepting of the compliment.
It's one of
the hardest
your most appealing qualities to me.
But that's one thing. To say thank you is probably harder than to deny it.
Yeah, it is. Did you hear me what one of the most appealing qualities of you to me is?
So, I have to laugh when I say this. So, Scott, so tell me, do you think I'm intelligent?
Yeah, but that wasn't the quality I was thinking of. Do you know what the quality was that I'm thinking of now?
No, tell me.
Self-esteem.
Me? How's that?
You have good self-esteem. It's difficult to find in people.
Well, that's something
That makes you incredibly appealing and sexy to me.
You have mentioned that a couple times to me when we were getting ready for that formal. on that Saturday, December, when was that? December?
I don't know the date, but yeah.
December 15th, I think. Yeah, you were just like, yeah, you had commented on that. That's something I've had to work very hard on, Scott. It's not something that came to me easily.
That's when it comes to. I think I want one that is more appealing.
I would agree with that because it has been a very hard thing for me to overcome.
Yeah.
And, I'm finally, secure with myself and confident. And, it hasn't been easy. It's been very hard.
You've done a great job.
Thanks. So,
Something that's special you are.
I get reminded every so often. It's, it doesn't mean it's any easier though, but I get reminded every so often. I deserve a lot of things. But everything in its time.
It'll come to you.
What was that?
It'll come to you, sweetie.
There's always been something. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let's just share it.
There's always been something that I always keep to the surface. There's everything in its time. And everything in its time serves a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God, don't ever say that. Don't ever say you're sorry for sharing that.
What was that?
I'm here for you.
I wish you were.
I am and I will be.
Mary, my mascara down my face.
You're so lovely. So real.
Huh?
You're feeling it yourself. Just an amazing woman. I know you know that. And never say you're sorry for sharing.
Oh my goodness, I'm alright.
You're wonderful.
I'm drinking a Guinness extra stout. On top of my 3 kettle one cranberry lime twist.
So you're having breakfast.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, huh? So when am I going to hear from you again, Scott?
I'll call when it's my nighttime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When's your nighttime?
What's that?
When's your nighttime?
That's my hour's difference. I'll take the train late tonight from here to Brussels.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then?
I'll be in Brussels for 4 days.
And things going okay there?
Well, the kids are starting yet. I'll start tomorrow. Or, not tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow, 2nd.
The 2nd, so Thursday.
Yeah.
So who's to say what's to come, huh? It could be intense days for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I said, well, it hasn't started for you, so your days could be intense, long days with these meetings.
Yeah, probably.
You were saying you're going to discuss financial stuff and...
Yeah, it's just going over business plans.
So...
That kind of stuff.
So, your nighttime, so I could, somewhat have an idea of when to expect to hear from you. I don't know when your nighttime is.
I know time difference.
So, all I'm saying is I don't know when you go to sleep.
Probably midnight or 1.
So that would be...
3 or 4 your time.
Okay.
And then, let's see. She goes to bed at 9, that's 6 o'clock my time.
I don't go to bed till 11.
Yeah.
So, 8, your time.
Okay, I'll be up by then. Let me call when Sharon needs to.
Like I
I'd like to talk to you at that time.
said,
To me, it's the most intimate time.
the most intimate time because...
Just because of the time of day, our psyches are relaxed. And we're focused on relationships as opposed to getting up in the morning and doing things, or I'm going to pick up the dry cleaning, things like that.
So, I don't have my schedule in front of me. I know Friday I have, schedulings here and there, but, I always say, certainly leave me a message. I enjoy I can't talk to you, at least to hear a message from you is always wonderful.
I'll always leave her when I call.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Now,
yes.
you go back to that part.
Okay.
And our relationship will grow.
And what?
Okay, our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It will grow.
Mm-hmm.
Have confidence in that.
Okay.
You know how beautiful you are.
Yes.
Sweetie.
Yes.
Okay.
Good night.
Well, that was one enticing phone call. So that was between Amber Frey and Scott Peterson on January 1st. Just kind of like, a phone call between two people in a relationship that don't really know what's going on yet. I mean, she suspects a few things, but she doesn't know quite the extent of what's going on. So that was evidence, phone evidence 196G. So tune in to part 2 of the Scott Peterson trial to listen to our next phone conversations, as we have many more to cover, including a statement from her mother and her sister. Thank you so much, Creepaholics Crew. I'm your host, Chanice. Keep creeping it real. And don't forget to check out our YouTube page, our Patreon page, or our Facebook page. If you want to get a hold of me personally, then email me at creepaholicsvsshanice@gmail.com, or head on over to Facebook and send me a message through our Creepaholics page. I would be happy to talk to you about future episodes, or if you just want to stop by and say hi or Merry Christmas, I am so happy with that. Anyways, next up will be our part 2 of the Scott Peterson trial, so tune into that because that will be released by the end of the night. Thank you so much, everybody, and keep creeping it real.
Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.